chapter 10. This kid is the poster child of everyone you have.
All right, my name is Ben Berkey, and I've been playing baseball for about 13 years now. It's always been my favorite pastime, my favorite sport, and I've loved it to the max. I've played for all kinds of different teams and all different kinds of positions, and I've never had any problems throwing the ball around the diamond. And last year, playing high school baseball, I was catching on the team, and I just developed this throwing funk. And every time I'd receive the ball at home plate, I could always catch it fine. But it just started out small. I would catch it, and then on the exchange, I'd start thinking about throwing the ball back to the pitcher, and I would occasionally either throw it over his head or bounce it at his feet. And the more I did it, the more I got to thinking about it, and it just got worse and worse, where I would catch the ball and say, okay, this time I'm just not going to think about it at all. I'm going to throw it really hard to the pitcher and just hit him in the chest. And I would do that, and it ended up sailing over his head and roll into the outfield, and that was embarrassing. So then the next throw, I would say, all right, well, that didn't work, so this time I'm just going to gently lob it to him and have it drop down his chest, just real finesse, and just get the job done. And I would do that, and it would bounce at his feet, and he'd have to lean over and pick it up. And that was even more embarrassing because then no one even thinks you have an arm, which is not the case at all. And it just developed into a huge issue, and it translated into different positions on the field, too. I couldn't play infield. I couldn't even warm up on the sideline before the game. I would overthrow my partner all the time. Just like the simplest throwing drills, just like holding your elbow out and just tossing the ball like this, I'd end up overthrowing because it was a complete mental issue. And it got to the point where I wasn't even enjoying baseball anymore. I was this close to telling my team I was packing up my stuff and giving up on the whole issue because it was just too much to handle. Knowing that you can do something that your mind will let you do is just a very painful concept. And at that point, I had already gone to a few different sports psychologists, and my parents were extremely upset, and they hated to see me struggle in the game that I love. So my dad actually Googled the Yips, and Dr. Crowley's name came up, and I ended up calling him the next day. And ever since, I've been a totally different person because of the way Dr. Crowley addresses the issue. He doesn't go at a logical standpoint, trying to reason with you that throwing the ball back to the pitcher is an extremely easy concept, which I already know. I've been doing it for as long as I've been playing. Dr. Crowley addresses it as a monster inside your head, and you go after that monster, and once it's gone, your body can function the way it should. And that's what we did. I went and killed my monster inside my head, and it's a gradual process, but eventually I got back to normal, and I no longer had that feeling that something was holding my arm back. I felt fluent with my motion. I wasn't experimenting with different arm slots, and I was getting the job done. The following summer, I had one of the best seasons I've ever played for an American Legion baseball team, playing with a bunch of college players coming down for the summer, and there was no intimidation. I felt like myself. It was just like the old days, and I attribute all my success to Dr. Crowley. I don't think there was any other way out except for his program, and I would highly recommend him to anyone that is having a throwing issue. And I just thank him again. Thank you.
Yeah, he's great. I love that kid. Is the Yips psychological?